and boom goes the dynamite. Survivor. Dirt, you're gonna have to hit another soundbite because you got a caution logo stuck on your head. Oh no, I don't know. I don't know what happens there. Maybe I can fix it.
Oh,
I've been
I'm
known to
Danger
be
Dirt.
able to fix it. There we go. I fixed it. Oh, good. Survivor 47 or 48. My bad. Episode 7. Survivor 48. Episode several.
I have several red arrows pointing to the 48, and you still forgot.
I did. Well, it's episode 7. That's where I got mixed up. I had a bit of dyslexia in my sentence. It's a little backwards.
It was a misinput.
Misinput. Yeah. Yeah. Dirt, you just said that you watched half this episode. You've watched.
Yeah, I watched half this episode, and CBS crashed, so I was like, I'll watch the rest of the half when we talk about it.
Justo in the chat. What's going on, Justo? Good to see you, man. Yeah, I was late to the episode too there because I did not watch it yesterday. I felt like I needed a day off, just a day off of from watching anything. Yeah, I just went and skated yesterday. Just went and skated in the driveway and hung out. And yeah, just watch videos on YouTube. Hey, stop turning off the lights, dude. Leah's walking around turning off lights. Just, yeah. Leah's still awake. Lori's on her way back home from work. She said I could go ahead and start the show, so I got permission to go ahead and get going here for our Survivor 48 Episode 7 recap here on the Superhouse Extra Extra YouTube channel. Dirt and Josh breaking it down for you here this week. You want to start right at the beginning with the Night 13 back from Tribal. And Cedric, he's asking Mitch to make him laugh. I thought that was really funny. He's like, hey, Mitch, you're always good for a good laugh. Make me laugh. And Mitch is like not having it.
I have a note about Cedric for us. I have Cedric's only takeaway was that men have handwriting.
Yeah.
He was like, it had to have been a woman because it was so beautiful handwriting.
He's like, the penmanship was just fantastic. Yeah, the penmanship was a...
Meanwhile, he's a doctor.
Yeah, well, as we all know...
He's got the worst handwriting on the island.
Yeah, doctors famously have the worst handwriting.
That's why he's like... That's why he thinks that anybody can write legible has got beautiful handwriting.
I guess so. I mean, that makes sense. I did think that was very funny how he thought Say's vote was couldn't be her because he's seen her votes at 2 past tribals, which I thought was actually smart of Say. I was like, she's switching up the handwriting.
That's what I would do. I'd switch my handwriting every tribal.
Yeah, of course. It makes sense to me.
I'd write in different languages.
Yeah, just do a Chinese symbol for Cedric. What's the Chinese symbol for Cedric?
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I said, Mitch wasn't having any of Cedric's please give me a laugh. Mitch tries to make nice with Say.
Because Mitch was freaking out himself.
Yeah, I know. He freaks out and he tries to make nice with Say, and it backfires him instantly. Say thinks this tribe is obsessed with her. She thinks the tribe's obsessed with her. She says they are obsessed with her. And they kind of are. I mean, I'm not even...
Yeah, I was going to say, in her defense, they were kind of obsessed with her.
Yeah, in her defense...
But yeah, Mitch definitely backfired his plan. Talked to for the next day was just like, damn, Mitch is too nice. We got to vote him off.
See, I have a note on that here.
I got that written down.
Yeah, I got a note on that here later on. Hold on, don't get to it yet.
I have written down... Well, no, I have written down that Mitch gaslit himself.
Yeah, he does a little bit. He does a couple times. He does a couple times.
He was like...
You'll see.
He was like, oh, I trusted people and I don't trust people. Oh, there's Leah. She's super serious. Nope, now she's silly.
Oh, Dirt, you were chunking hard there.
What else do I have wrten down for Mitch?
Don't read all of Mitch's stuff. We're gonna go in order here, Dirt. We're gonna go in order. You're jumping ahead.
I have for the next morning. I have.
No, you're jumping ahead. Don't go to the next morning.
I just have cast looks very cold on the beach.
Don't read your notes until we get to them. I'm going to get to that morning. Then you could have told me that She looked very
Oh
cold on
yeah,
the
yeah,
beach.
yeah.
I would have remembered.
No, I said the whole cast.
Oh
Everyone,
yeah.
everyone was bundled up on that beach. That
Oh yeah. Oh, Lori's back. I hear Lori. Leah's going absolutely bonkers. I have cleaned her room up twice.
oh no, oh you're chunking.
I'm chunking? You've been chunking for me the whole time,
Yeah, you're
dude.
chunking. Either oh maybe it's me then.
I think it
Maybe
is
I'm
you.
chunking. I'm looking at 2 bars of
Oh, two. That's not good.
internet.
That's not good, Dirt.
Get over here.
Lori! At least the soundbite was
My
timed out
sound
perfectly.
bites aren't even coming through. There we go.
Oh, no, they're coming
Now
through
it
on my
comes through.
end. I
That's
can
like
hear
30
them.
seconds late. No, it came in way too late. Oh, now they're coming in. Oh. No, no, no. You're hearing them when I hear them, I think. I clicked them a while ago.
I think
Look, my hands are up here.
your hands are up there, but your voice didn't match what you just said.
Here, I'll hit a sound bite.
That
All right, I think
let's
we're
go
good.
back in order, Dirt. Let's get back. We're
That's
getting
all the notes I have.
off the
Well, that's all the
rails.
notes I have for that night. That's all the notes I have for that night.
Well,
It's
I'm
just
not
about
even done with
Cedric
that
and
night
Mitch.
with
That's
my
it.
notes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Dirt, you're chunking hard, dude.
Yeah, I was just letting you know.
Dirt, is he there?
My
Oh man, Dirt.
next note is they.
Oh my gosh, Dirt. You are chunking so hard, dude. Real hard. Yeah, I don't hear you at all anymore
It's
somehow.
like you crispy clean. What the hell? I just disappeared. Did I just disappear? How about now?
You gotta give me time to catch up to your words.
I'm not saying anything.
Well, they're all coming into me at like once, whatever you've said.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They all lag out and then come in like 30 seconds later. Hold on, I'm gonna disconnect. Much better.
All right, let me get into this episode. Let's get into this episode. What do you say? Let's not. Don't skip note.
I've been trying.
Well, I've got a bunch of things
I
to
ain't
say
skipping
about
nothing.
this beginning, and you're skipping ahead, and that makes me lose a little bit of track where I'm at. Because I want to talk about the Mitch stuff, but I just want to go in order. Oh no,
No.
did we lose him?
No, no skipping from me.
Oh no.
I'm still here.
Yeah, I can hear you. You're just chunking super hard there. Oh, you got donuts? Lori got some donuts.
I didn't say nothing.
Lori. All right, so where were we?
What the?
Let's skip over the beginning here because we talked about the intro. We go to the title card, and then we go to day 14. Day 14.
Yes.
Your favorite day, Dirt, because this is the last note you said you had. Everyone's up and they're very cold on the beach.
They looked extra cold. They were all bundled up. They were extra cold.
Mm-hmm.
I got that wrote down.
They were.
And then I got Shaheen comes clean. I have Shaheen comes clean.
Well, I have Mitch is
It's
feeling.
the first thing he does.
Well, the first thing that actually happens is Mitch is feeling left out and sad. He's feeling left out and sad, and Shaheen pulls him aside for a little one-on-one chat. And Shaheen is straight up with him, and Mitch.
I voted for you, boy.
Yeah, Mitch realizes that this is an awakening for him, and Mitch tells Joe and Shaheen a personal story from his life from when he used to be a mailman. He used to be a mailman, mail carrier, and he said he gave it all up to teach. He says, I'm going to be a teacher. It just feels more me. And they're like, wow, that's crazy, Mitch. You gave up all those good benefits and, good pay for not good benefits and not good pay. Dirt's chunked completely out, I think. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Let's see here. We'll get Dirt back in here. He's probably just got to restart or something. Probably an internet. Restart that internet. You know, I can't tell you, especially if you've got Spectrum or Cox high speed internet. Ugh, gross, dude. Yeah, but dude, and I thought it was pretty interesting that Mitch used to be a mailman. I thought it was pretty interesting. I could see that. I could see that. We get a confessional from Joe, and Joe, this is very interesting, guys. Joe realizes that he is in the midst of a dangerous man. He's in the midst of a dangerous Mitch. Mitch is very dangerous. Let's see here. I've lost my spot, and I'm worried about Dirt. I think he might be in a tornado. There he is. He's coming back. I didn't want to read any more without him. He's coming in. I see him.
I restarted my computer again.
Dang, dude, your computer restarts fast.
All right, my next note is yes, sir. My next note is, how is Mitch's hair so nice?
You have a note about Mitch's hair?
Have you noticed this? That Mitch does not have bad hair. Everybody on the island has appropriate hair for 14 days on the island, and then Mitch has perfectly cut, perfectly groomed, perfectly washed hair.
I haven't noticed.
Something I picked up on.
I don't pay attention to people's hair as a bald man.
I pay attention to people's hair.
I did notice there's no balds on the island. So much for diversity.
No
Jeff?
bald.
Oh no. This is like...
I think Cedric might be balding.
Oh, Cedric, well, he's old. Come on, you can't even give him that. He's just an older guy. Uh-oh. The classic uh-oh.
Out of his head.
Let's see if Dirt catches up here. I don't know, Dirt. Your internet is going bonkers, dude. You're like a downloaded image from Facebook in 2003 right now. I don't know. But let's see here. I will try to continue on, to push forward here. Yeah, I thought it was crazy. Dirt's talking about Mitch's hair and how Mitch has really great hair, and Joe has taken notice of Mitch's great hair and his very dangerous game he's playing. He's got a great story. He's got fantastic skills in the challenges, and yeah, he's on the bottom, you know, and if he comes back up to the top, that's a winner. And Joe has taken complete notice of this. Say goes to Shaheen and to talk game and smooth things over because she needs the numbers to work with. Everyone seems to be going to this guy for advice in this episode. Everyone's going to Shaheen for advice, and Shaheen feels in control of the game, which is a bad thing to say, really. You know, it's a bad thing to assume. Hey, Leah.
Cheese.
Oh, hit me with a cheese. Hit me with a cheese. Wow. Yeah. What is this? Can I get rid of this? Like, how do I get rid of that? There we go. So, we'll see if Dirt's going to do a whole probably reboot. We'll see. There he is.
I don't know what's going on. It just disconnected me for no reason.
Well, you're crispy as ever now. You're full screen, too, for some reason.
Yeah, well.
You just came in giant.
Oh, now I have 4 bars of internet.
Yeah, something's going on there. Somebody was messing with your internet line. Somebody was digging around uh, in the backyard,
Oh,
maybe.
I think my nephew and my brother were on their phones.
Or on a game, like Jake. Whenever he would
Well,
download a game, he used to mess up the
I
internet.
guarantee you, I guarantee you right now,
Mm.
the Xbox was probably on, the PlayStation was probably on, and both of their phones were probably on.
Oh yeah, just eating it up. It's
Yeah.
like the time my internet was so slow, and I was like, Jake, your PlayStation's not on, is it? And he was like, No, but it is downloading a game. I was like,
That,
Well, then it's on.
yeah, I don't do it.
No, dude, yeah, you're crispier than ever. Well, let me go back a little bit since you didn't hear what I said. I was just talking about how Joe had a confessional about how dangerous Mitch is. He didn't say it,
Yeah, yeah,
but he
yeah.
said Mitch has got a great story. This guy could win if he's on the bottom right now, but if he gets his way back to the top, his story, the way he does in challenges, he could win. So people are finally
Yep.
recognizing that Mitch is the man.
It's
Like,
because he was a postman and a PE teacher.
yeah, dude. Like
How
he's
can you hate either of those things? Both of those things are very important people.
yeah, exactly. And he quit one to pursue the other.
Yeah,
You know, he's
well,
following
yeah.
his true dream. He says he's staying true to himself. Um, he's got the speech thing to overcome, which really isn't even an issue for me at
Oh,
all. Like
I
I
have
don't
written
even
down.
notice it anymore.
I notice it when he's nervous. He
Yeah,
definitely
I guess
ticks.
so, but I mean, I don't know. It's not that
I've
bad.
written down while they were at the watering hole, the just a shout out or just like a message to anybody who wants to know. But those kegs that they're using, those are hydro flasks. You could buy those on Amazon.
Mm,
You can buy
okay,
those.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yep.
Okay, well we get
And they
a
just put like leather koozies on the hydro flask and then painted them.
oh yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah. Survivor it up.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So Say goes to Shaheen and to talk game and smooth things over because Say needs numbers to work with. And I said everyone. It seems like everyone on the island is going to this guy, is going to Shaheen, saying, "Hey, he's getting all the information loaded at him."
That's what I have. That's what I
Yeah,
have written down right here. So say Shaheen is inserting its. Well, he didn't even insert himself. Everybody inserted Shaheen into their social
yeah,
games,
into the center, which is
which could backfire on him.
dude. It could, and I thought it was because he said that he felt in control of the game in a confessional,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Oh gosh, you feel in control? That's not good." If you say that out loud, usually you're the one going home. As soon as he said that, I was like, "He's the one going home tonight." That's what I thought at this moment.
Ooh, he's the weak link.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know who went home in this episode because I only made it two.
Mm.
But
So
I
they,
would guess.
yeah.
Let me guess real quick.
Sure, take a guess because if you don't know how the challenge ended, Dirt, you are not going to guess correctly.
Well, that was the last of my notes. Was Shaheen after his testimonial talking about how he was like the master of the island right now.
Okay.
But I think
Okay.
the one voted out is Cedric.
Okay. Well, I've got some explaining to do because this episode goes off the rails. So, like they always do, they like to twist and turn in Survivor. Um, so we go to the challenge. And this is where your notes ended, and it is a hold the bucket challenge. Right
Yeah, I
now,
saw
this
that
is
when I
like
was
a heavy bucket
reading them.
with your pregame body weight in there, and you got to hold it on a rope. And
These aren't fair challenges.
no, they are. They're fair because I mean, it's a lot. I saw what's her name, Eva, in there with the big strong guys. Like the big Eva was in there.
That's what I'm saying. It's preferable for the smallest people to win those challenges.
There you didn't see the challenge. The biggest people were the people at the
True.
end here.
Okay,
So
okay.
yeah,
Any of those challenges where they have to hold themselves, it's always the smallest people that win.
yeah, I agree. Or like the challenge where they gotta like stand on a pole for a really long time, or like yeah, it's always the people who don't have as much weight to handle. But in this instance, that was not the case. It was the hold the bucket challenge and major twist alert, Dirt. Major
Yeah.
twist alert. Now, I thought in this episode, I looked at it because I did not watch it live this week, and I saw that it was only like 13 minutes into the episode, and I was like, "This is really early." Why is this challenge happening so early? And I wrote that down, and I said 2 groups. We got Jeff announces that this challenge is going to take place in 2 groups of 6. So we're going to split this tribe into 2 groups of 6.
Oh, is that why there was an
Right.
orange team?
Yep. 2 people are
Okay.
safe. 2 people are going to be safe from each group of 6. Here's the other twist.
How do they?
Here's the other
How do they
twist.
decide the 6?
Rock draw. They're just drawing rocks.
Black rocks, white
Yep.
rocks.
Yep.
Yep.
And here's the other twist. Both teams of 6 are going to tribal.
Yeah, because it's one. They're all still one tribe. Yeah.
They're all still one tribe, but both teams of 6 are going to tribal, and they will be
That I'll
voting separately. So there will be
Oh.
2 people voted out tonight at separate tribals.
It's separate.
Yep. I know,
They're
a little
speeding
confusing.
up. Why are they speeding up the season for?
Well, you have to remember
They
that.
basically just skipped a week.
Well, the Survivor used to be 39 days, and now it's only 26 days.
Oh, so they're already they're almost done.
Yeah, I mean, night 13 is where we started this episode.
They're almost done. Yeah,
You
we
know?
end at morning 15.
Yeah, we do, I think. So team 1 is Star, Eva, Joe, Mitch, Chrissy, Say. I wrote Eva's with Joe. Oh boy, she's so happy. Team 2, we got Shaheen, Kyle, Mary, Camilla, David, and Cedric. I wrote the order of the outs here. Cedric out instantly.
Ooh.
10 seconds in, Cedric drops. His weak, feeble surgeon bones could not.
He's a surgeon. He should have really strong arms.
He should. He doesn't.
I would want my surgeon to have really strong
Yeah, I
arms.
want my surgeon to look like Fabio, look buff, big. Yeah.
Yeah, I want his whole arm inside of my chest cavity when he's working on me, and I want to feel every bit of his muscles.
Yeah, squeeze my heart, make sure it's good.
Yeah, how are you supposed to squeeze my heart if you don't have a big, strong hand?
Yeah, I don't want the
Answer
Burger
me
King
that.
hands giving me freaking
Yeah,
open
I
heart
don't
surgery.
I don't want Cedric's weak arms working on my body.
Damn, dude. Oh, poor Cedric. Star's out second, which was surprising to me. I thought Star was pretty
I don't
strong.
know who Star is. I can't even picture her.
Well, Star,
Hold on.
she is the basketball player, the black girl.
Can't picture her.
Okay.
Oh,
Star
I
Tooney.
see it. Yeah.
There's a great Twitter
She's
account
wearing
out there
one of-
called Star
She's wearing
Updates
one of
that I really
Shaheen's
like.
shirts.
Yeah.
She looks like she's dressed up like Shaheen in this promo picture.
So then we get
You know how Shaheen wears that shirt?
yeah, she kind of does. Now that I already know what
Yeah.
you're talking about. Yeah, Chrissy out, Say out, Camilla out, Mary out, Shaheen out, Mitch out. I'm
Mitch.
like, whoa. Mitch was the last of the ones before we had the final 4 left, and our final 4 on
My
each
money's
team
on Ava.
is Eva or Ava, whatever it is. It's EVA. I'm not sure how it is pronounced.
I think it's both are correct.
Yeah, Eva versus Joe, and Kyle versus David is your final 4. And then this is one of the best parts of the episode. This is why I said you needed to watch this challenge, because in the middle of this challenge, Jeff goes, "This is some Survivor smack talk going on right now." And
Who's talking smack?
David and Joe back and forth, like being strongmen.
Oh,
like,
of course.
you know,
Yeah. They're just being friendly, though.
David was like, "I could do some modeling while I'm doing this," and he was
I
like
could
flexing.
chug a gallon of milk right now. And
Yeah.
Joe's like, I could chug a gallon and a half right now.
Yeah, dude. Well, freaking Jeff like breaks the fourth wall, and he's like, "Survivor smack talk," and he's like, "Cue the music," and then Shaheen goes, "Ah!"
Oh, he does the music?
Yeah, he starts like doing the music, and Jeff goes, "Do that again, Shaheen," and then Shaheen does it again, and then like the music on the show actually like cues up with
Yeah.
Shaheen, and it sounded so good, and I was like, "Oh man, we got a little montage in the middle," and we also got a little commercial here while everybody is holding their buckets, participating in the challenge. We got a little tiny in-game commercial because Kyle, who's sitting on the bench, made a joke about about how long they had been going. They had been going for like 39
They're
minutes.
just breaking the fourth wall this season. This whole
Yeah,
season, they're just fourth
and
wall breaking.
they're definitely breaking it here. And Kyle goes, "I can see the commercial now." Jeff saying, "You think you can do this? Well, then apply to be on Survivor." And then Jeff goes, "Let's do it right now, then." And Jeff like did the promo right there, and then he made Kyle say the last line or whatever. And I was like, "Oh, that was."
If I was standing there and they were breaking the fourth wall twice in that challenge, I'd be like, I think I'm going to be at Final Treble. And then Jeff's like, "Whoa, you think so?
Whoa!
Check it out."
Yeah, I loved it, dude. Shaheen mimicking the Survivor soundtrack. I thought it was funny. I mean, it was fourth wall breaking, but I thought it was funny, and I thought it made it made the show kind of feel real for a second. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, oh, okay. I mean, I know it's real reality.
Wait, there was only 12 people total? No, 15. 15 people total.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would go grab that Shaheen soundbite, but I'm afraid my computer will just get a virus.
Yeah, I know. I'm afraid of it too. Wait, I got it in my. What happened to this? It used to be in my favorites. What happened to this?
Who is this?
What happened to this, man? It used to be a proper country. So Kyle, while he's holding this bucket, dude, he's holding his bucket up, and it's ripping the skin off people's hands. Kyle goes, "Ooh, I ripped some skin," and then it got quiet for a second, and he goes, "It's my callus." And everybody on the tribe goes, "You're wart," because in episode 1, Kyle revealed that he thought he had a callus on his hand his whole life.
Wart?
And yeah, his whole life he's had a wart on his hand, and he's like, "This is a callus because I'm such a hard worker."
I've had this callus since the day I came out of the womb. No, you have warts.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, but it was a funny callback to episode 1 with Kyle's wart. Eva drops out of nowhere.
I'd get that wart right off of him.
Joe tries to. You'd cut it off his wart and eat it.
I've had a wart before on my arm, and I cut it off.
Yeah, cut the wart off and put it with a little rice.
I cut it down all the way to the root. You could see the little two little things hanging out the bottom of it.
Oh yeah.
I still have the scar on my arm from it, but never had another wart.
True. I had one on my leg one time, and I burned it off. I did a cold burn or whatever. Yeah.
See, I tried that, but it just wasn't going fast enough for me. So I was just like, cutting this thing off.
Yeah. I got rid of
it. It was already frozen a couple times. So
Dirt, by the way, check out my skinny Coke.
Check out my Pepsi.
It's a skinny Coke. It's the size of a Red Bull.
Mm. Why'd they do that?
I don't know.
8 ounces. It's the
size. It's the size of a bigger one.
Oh,
it's just skinny.
It's a 12 ounce. It's just a different shape.
Yeah, it's skinny.
It's stupid.
I kind of like it.
Not that
if it's on a cup holder,
can it's stupid. I'm saying it's stupid of Coke to even make that.
Oh yeah. Why? Yeah. True. As long as in a can though, I'm good. No bottles.
Yeah. As long as there's no bottles, dude. I'm sick of bottles. And while we're on this, bottles are poisonous for your body. Mm. I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna go out and say it. All plastic is bad for you.
Yep. Drink out of metal. Yep.
Drink out of the metal, even though these have probably got more plastic inside them because there's a inner lining of plastic.
Yeah, which is delicious somehow. It keeps my beverage cold.
I just wish that we didn't have to have gasoline inside of everything we interact with. Like, why is everything made of gas?
I don't know. Corn.
Yeah, everything's made out of oil or corn.
Yeah. Let's see here. Where was I at in the show, dude? I forget.
There's people running around with polyester clothing on. We were right at the
Kyle's wart, yeah. Kyle out of nowhere, dude, just lets go. So he's having a standoff there with David, and then out of nowhere he just lets go. It wasn't dramatic. And he was just I'm letting go. And then we got so remember, Dirt. Now 2 people win immunity here. So we got our final 2. These people have already won immunity. David and Joe have now won immunity, but they cannot They
have stronger bones.
They cannot let go of the bucket yet because the person who is the final person gets to take their team of 6 and go eat.
And oh damn, they separated the Milk Boys.
Mm-hmm.
That's just rude.
Well,
They should
Milk
never separate the Milk Boys.
Dirt. Milk Boy #1 wins.
Joe,
Okay.
Joe.
No, not Joe. David. David's the original Milk Boy. He's the one with 4 nipples.
Okay, but listen, Joe is my milkman. Just gonna go out there and say that.
I don't think so, dude.
Joe is my
David's my
milkman.
milkman, dude. He loves
I
milk
got,
more than
I
Joe.
got, I got Joe.
Joe
in my
doesn't even
final
love
counsel.
milk that much. David drinks a gallon a
Joe,
day.
Joe's in my final counsel. David's getting voted off in the next couple weeks.
Nah, Joe's a chump. David's the one who's orchestrating this whole Integrity Alliance and playing the game
That's
like
the
that.
one
Joe's
I
a
don't
tag
like.
along.
I don't like the Integrity Alliance is what's gonna kill them.
Dude, I am realizing slowly that David is buff coach.
I was getting that vibe from Joe.
No, from Joe.
From
Joe is like super like dad like, and the only thing going for him is that Eva storyline.
Oh wait, I'm mixing the two up. I'm mixing them both. I'm mixing them up. I mixed up Joe and David.
Yeah. Well, then you were right the
Classic
whole
dirt
time.
Blunder. Classic
Yeah.
dirt blunder. I was wrong, but I was right the whole time.
Yes. Yes. So
Yeah.
yes, David he won. He won,
Okay.
rightfully so. Yeah, that's why I like to call him Buff Coach. Yeah, Buff. Yeah, Buff
He's the
Coach.
milkman. He's
Yeah.
my milkman.
Yeah,
He's buff coach. He's the milkman.
he's
I like
the
the
milkman.
milkman. He should come out with some sort of stage presence as the milkman.
Well, milkman merch. That would
Yeah,
sell
just
hot.
come out shirtless and like pour a bunch of milk all over his chest.
Oh yeah. I mean, he could. He could
Tribal?
single-handedly bring back Got Milk commercials. I think.
Imagine if he did that at Final Tribal.
That'd be good.
He has
The
months to
celebration.
plan.
Yeah.
And he
Little,
can actually watch this episode we're recording right now before Final Tribal's even filmed.
yeah, he can. Yeah, you're right.
Because Final Tribal's not been filmed yet.
No, but he's on the island.
it's
And I
weird
don't
how
think their
they
Wi-Fi
schedule.
connection's there. Good there.
He's not on the island. They finished filming the island segments. They do the Final Tribal while the season's going.
No, they do the final
Like,
tribal on the
season
island.
Right. They filmed this. No, hold on. Am I messing this up? They film the season, then they go home. They release the season, then at the final tribal, it's live.
No, it's not like that anymore.
Oh,
Yeah, it hasn't been that way since COVID. COVID ruined it.
goddamn Obama.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, Milk wins. David destroys all the competition around him because of his milk power.
Mhm. Yeah,
And-
it's strong bones. I mean, that's a testament right there.
And now Joe and David are both safe. They both get an immunity necklace, but David gets to take his team of 6 and go eat. David has not missed a meal, dude. David has not missed a meal here on Survivor. This dude has been putting in calories, drinking gallons of milk. This dude's having a great time.
He's got a clear advantage. He's got that advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't there an entire season like that where like one team was just getting
Yes.
fed like great food and then the other team was barely even able to keep
depleted.
their rice on their team?
Yeah, completely depleted. Oh yeah, it's happened a few times. So then we go opposite of David, and that would be Mitch, who is drained physically and mentally, and he's like breaking
Mitch
down.
is fatigued. Mitch is ready to go. He's played his entire 30 days in the past 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
He's done. He's done, son. He used up all his razzmatazz right at the beginning to get me swayed.
Yeah, it swayed me too, man. I still think he's dangerous, Mitch. But this is the arc. This is the part. This is the part of the movie where he's at his lowest. Mitch will rise again. Okay, make Mitch
I don't
great
think
again.
he's got another rally. I think he's gonna ride what he can into his own demise.
Mm.
I think he's gonna be like, "Well, I'm a nice guy," all the way till he's voted out. Same with the what's that? Right to Censor faction on that fucking island. What's that group called?
On the island.
The one that's all about honor and integrity.
Oh.
Integrity. That group is out of here. They're out of here.
Dave, your milkman's part of that group. He's the leader.
He's out of here. He's out of here.
But Mitch does not want
No,
a
he-
reward yet. He hasn't had any food. They're
No,
at
he's
the,
just won the heart and soul of the audience.
pretty much. And when they're at the food reward, Mary says out loud to everyone there, "Oh my God, Say isn't going to make the jury." That's
Why did she say that?
because Dirt. I think you may have been. No, you were here. The rules were just so confusing for this challenge. the tribe that loses. So Joe dropped before David. His team of 6 doesn't get to eat, and they have to go to tribal first. And the first team that goes to tribal, their person voted out doesn't make the jury.
Oh, and she's like, Say's getting voted out.
Yeah, she just says it out loud. Like, Say's the one going home probably on over there in that team of 6, which I thought was bold of her to say. And I was like, that's crazy. And then let's see here. Tribe gets to eat. Cedric thinks he's the one going home tonight. He's worried. He's kind of not talking to anyone at the food thing, but he's kind of just like, darty-eyed, thinking he's the one. Kyle's looking at Shaheen. And remember, Shaheen went through Kyle's bag. So Kyle doesn't, like, fully trust Shaheen. And he knows that he was trying to, like, kind of get him out when they first got together. Say knows she's on the bottom and in her group of 6, and she tries her best to connect with Joe. And gets nothing. Gets absolutely nothing. She literally, it's like crickets from Joe.
Joe racist? Joe doesn't like Cedric either. The only 2 black people on the island, and he doesn't talk to either of them.
Well, yeah.
Joe's got something wrong with him.
Correct me if I'm mistaken. I believe Joe is black.
Joe is like Italian. He's like straight up New York.
We heard
He's
Joe's
got that New York.
Sure, we
genes.
heard Joe's story in earlier episode.
Joe's Italian.
Joe has a black father and a white mother.
Oh, is he really? Okay.
Yes.
Well,
And he
I
told a
take back
story
my
about
stuff.
how his parents stood in front of a segregated water fountain, and
Take back everything I said. I thought Joe was Italian.
I mean, I can see how you would think he's got the hair, like the
Well, he's also got the skin tone of an Italian.
sure tan.
I'll go there.
Tan man.
I'll go there.
Hey, it's not.
He also looks like he could be. He also looks like he could be one of the Rock's cousins.
Yeah. Rock's part black.
I don't know. No, I'm talking about just the skin tone.
Mm.
But maybe that's
Just
a
that,
bad
just that tan
joke.
man.
Yeah. Not a good joke.
But it's because it's not. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Kyle, not Kyle. Joe. Say's trying to get it with Joe, and she's like, Joe's just giving her crickets, and she goes, "All right, I'm not getting anything from Joe. Maybe I'll go over to his number 1." She goes over to Eva, and she's like, "Hey, I'm voting for Mitch," and it seems like it's kind of coming across better to Eva than it is to Joe, who's not willing to budge.
He doesn't want to vote for Mitch. Joe was talking about voting for Mitch earlier in the episode.
Yes, he does, but he's not wanting to listen to Say. So Say's just like, okay, I'm getting nothing over here. Maybe I can.
Because Say said so.
Yes. Now this could backfire on Say's part, because like you said, he was already thinking Mitch earlier in the episode. Now he's got Say coming up to him, telling him to vote Mitch. Now he may be thinking maybe I should vote Say, because why is she trying to like run the show on who I'm voting for here?
I don't understand Joe's mentality there.
I don't either. We
But
don't
this
really get
seems like
much of it because
something
he's
like
quiet.
That seems something like very little kiddish.
So
Like she told me to, so now I'm not going to do it.
yeah. Then we go to a confessional that I'm very excited about. We go to a confessional with Say, and she calls Mitch dangerous. Mitch.
Yeah.
She calls him dangerous. That's what I've been calling him the whole time. Dangerous Mitch. His name is Dangerous Mitch. And she finally recognizes it. Someone finally said it. And now everyone is recognizing Mitch's
Joe was on
extreme
at the beginning of
skills.
the episode.
Yeah. I wrote that down. It was in my notes at the beginning, but my beginning notes, I don't know, just we were chunking out and going crazy at the beginning of the episode. Yeah, dude. She finally calls him dangerous. I loved it. The vote here in this group of 6 seems to be between Mitch and Say. And then we're cutting back and forth between these two groups of 6. They're on so my notes are scattered between the two groups. Shaheen realizes that he's a smokescreen, but trusts David at the moment. Like, Shaheen's a smokescreen for their integrity alliance, clearly. Like, they say he's in there, but, he's on the bottom of that. He thinks he's the decoy vote, because he is. And I said, unless Kyle mixes it up, which Kyle could mix it up with Camilla. You know, Kyle and Camilla are an actual duo together on the island, but no one really knows about it. No one really knows how close they are because of their fantastic acting skills.
Yeah.
So Kyle meets with Camilla, and they brainstorm to tell David a lie. They're going to tell David a lie about Shaheen. They go up to David and they tell him that they think Shaheen has the idol because they saw him do whatever it may be. And Camilla, oh, there he is. Dude, your background's dangerous right now. Dude, look at him, dude. Deep thought right there, just thinking about how he's going to
Look at his hair.
sink a
His
three.
hair. Very nice hair for 14 days of
Such a
unwashed
strange
nut.
thing to notice about Mitch. His
They've been on
hair.
the island for 2 weeks. 2 weeks of not washing your hair, and he still looks this good. Like, he looks clean.
You don't mess with a Mitch Zahn.
Oh.
It's a Zohan joke.
Also, his goatee, pretty good goatee.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, Mitch has got style, dude. You know, he's a handsome man.
Mitch does that style. He was out there with his buff and cardigan at the beginning of the episode when they were really cold, and I was like, "That's a nice cardigan."
Yeah. Well, he's
It
a
was
PE
like-
teacher. They gotta
it
have
was like
nice
a
cardigans. PE
cashmere-
teachers
it was
always
like a-
have good cardigans.
Well, it was like a cashmere gray cardigan covered in brown leaves because they were rolling around. Dude, cashmere is soft, son.
Oh yeah, dude. But yeah, Kyle, they tell him the lie. They tell David the big lie and say, "Hey, Shaheen, he may have an idol," and it kind of makes David think a little bit here, and he contemplates who he's going to vote for. Is it going to be Shaheen or is it going to be Cedric? Because Cedric seems to be the easy vote, and so Shaheen seems to be the strategic vote. So now Chrissy and Star are also having a conversation about how Mitch dangerous is. Just a little side conversation about how dangerous Mitch is.
How Mitch dangerous is.
Yeah, so
I like Mitch dangerous.
the edit is really selling us on Mitch's dangers. He is dangerous, dude. He's got a great story. That guy gets to the end, I'm voting for him. Shit, if I'm sitting on the jury, he's got my vote. Like 100%. Like if the game ended right now, he's got, you know what I'm saying? Like with everything he said and has done, I think he'd get my vote. I'm voting for Mitch. But Chrissy connects with Say and is thinking about jury votes like really early. I have a feeling Shaheen actually later agrees with me at Tribal Council that's a little early to be thinking about if they'll vote for you on the jury. I wouldn't really be worried about that quite yet.
I'd be worried about that day
Mitch, dangerous Mitch, Dirt. We think he's down on his luck, but we forget, Dirt, that Mitch went on a journey in episode 1 and won a block a vote.
Oh,
Mitch has the ability to block someone's vote. So in his team of 6, he can block someone's vote, and there will only be 5 votes. Mitch actually has all of the power, really, when you think about it and you break it down.
Yeah.
And they did not portray him like he did the whole time. They actually wanted you to think that he was the one going home, it seemed like. So let's go to Tribal 1. Tribal 1, remember, every person is not making the jury. So this first tribal, this person voted out does not make the jury. Chrissy, she tells Jeff a lot, actually. She tells Jeff everyone.
I'm reading a recap on this right now.
Well, don't read it. I'm going to tell you it. Chrissy tells Jeff everyone back at camp that everyone's tangoing, just dancing around, talking to everybody, you know, and it's cool with everyone because, you know, that's the game and we all understand. Chrissy says a lot, though, because she, in this tribal, says that Survivor is not honest. And then all of a sudden, Joe's ears perk up. Huh? And she says, I'm tired of people talking about honesty and integrity.
Me too.
And she's like, that's not, eventually you're going to have to lie and vote somebody out of here. And Joe tries
That's when it's going to backfire on you.
Yeah, Joe tries to be combative with it. And I don't know. I thought Chrissy was cooking here, as they would say. She was cooking up a good meal, and I was hoping that I could get seconds with that because it was a good speech from Chrissy. It was the most, actually, I think, most personality and oomph I've seen from Chrissy this whole season, and I would like to see more of that.
Well, you won't because the integrity team's gonna vote her out next week. I mean, that's all they're gonna do. And
God dang it.
the integrity team's gonna fuck her up. They
You're
got no
right.
integrity. There's no real integrity. They're just saying the word integrity.
Yeah, I wrote down here Joe, David, and Joe, David, and Mitch's game would be blown up if that happened. Joe is looking at Chrissy like he wants her dead.
Yeah. Joe has zero integrity, dude.
No, Joe is integrity. He thinks he's integrity.
I know he thinks he's integrity, but
Yeah.
like he's a slime ball. He didn't even want to talk to Saya.
Yeah, dude. Jeff had to prompt him to give Eva a hug, dude.
Yeah. Fuck Joe. There's no.
Let's not
integrity there.
pretend like he didn't have to do that. Because Joe would have just stood there and let her suffer.
Mhm.
Like the cold-hearted bastard he is.
Yeah,
Joe's actually a really great guy from what I hear. He's a firefighter. He's a good family man. Joe's a good guy. We're making jokes about
We're
Joe.
talking about his character on Island, not
Yes.
in real life.
All right, now it's time to vote. And the only really action you get here during the voting block is that Say walks up to vote, and she has a note on her thing that says, "You can't vote."
Yep, because
Somebody
Mitch got
blocked it. And she goes, "Damn it." And she goes and sits back down.
Says
And
that.
well, I don't know if she said that exactly, but something along those lines.
She looked directly in the camera and goes, "Damn."
And it was
Like
pretty clean cut
Hobbit
and
Hill.
dry, this vote. Say is voted out.
Damn, son. I mean,
Yeah. Say voted
did I
out,
see
not
that
on the
coming?
jury.
No, I said Cedric. Oh no, Cedric's on the other team.
Yeah, Cedric's on the other team. Say not on the jury, and it was actually a fantastic sport leaving. Like didn't have
Say was
anything.
one of the main characters, though. She should be on the jury just for being one of the main characters.
I completely agree.
There's
The
other
jury is
people
normally
who I don't
a
even
certain
know their
amount of
names.
people. The jury is a certain
There's-
amount of people, so they got to keep it to that certain amount of people,
Well,
so
I
the
know.
voting's even.
And
But
it's fair is fair, and it's
Yeah.
not fair to have. Yeah,
I feel like
It's
them to
fair,
rub
fair.
it in that you're not making the jury is a weird.
Well,
It's
that's
weird.
part of the show. That's part. You talking about the cast, or you talking about Jeff?
I'm talking about Jeff. Kind of make it part of the game. Like I'm gonna.
Jeff has to make that a point, though. That way, the audience really
Yeah.
feels it.
No, Dirt. Hear me out. What is the point of calling an episode the merge episode when the next episode after you merge and become one?
merge.
Yeah, you merge and become one tribe, right? You merge
This whole
and
season, whoever's writing this season, I don't think is.
no, they've been
very
doing
good
this for the
idea.
past for a few seasons. So they
Whoever's in charge, whoever's like the writer is not doing a very.
well, it's
good
Jeff.
job.
They merge.
You think it's Jeff?
Yeah, he's got a lot to say. He's executive. They
I don't
merge the
think
tribes.
He's a writer.
Yeah, well, they don't write the show.
They definitely write the show.
No, they just come up with ideas for twists and turns.
Yeah, but they have to like play test everything.
They play test the challenges all the time.
That's what I'm. Yeah.
They can't play test what happens between two individuals.
Well, like with the
Some
mergers
Nathan
and all
Fielder
that stuff,
shit.
You don't think they hire actors to like go through how a merge would go? I feel like they would
No.
play test something like that.
No, there's been 50 seasons of the show. Why would they need actors to do it?
That's true. They could just watch it.
Yeah. But yeah. Say's voted out and was actually a good sport. She's a very good sport.
Well, yeah. She'll be
even
on
though
another
I don't
season.
agree with it. And like I said, I was just saying
She's an all-star. She's coming to all-stars.
just to complete my point Dirt, that I think it's pointless when you have a merge episode and then in the next episode you split the merged tribe into two different teams and then take those two different teams to two tribals. You should have just merged later.
Yeah.
Why did you merge now?
Let me just say this: the two teams are completely different teams than what they were 2 weeks ago.
Yes, yeah, they're completely different. So everybody's got to kind of like scramble because you're
They're kind of like a good twist to throw on the contestants. Maybe not so for us, but for the contestants, that's a good twist because they don't have a good dynamic.
Yeah,
They're like halfway through.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think it's not good for because if I was a contestant, I would be pissed because what if you're separated from your alliance?
It would also mentally fatigue a lot. Like if Eva was put on a different team than Joe, she would have lost.
Say wouldn't have gone home if if it was one tribe voting together.
No, Cedric would be going home. Mitch.
Maybe Mitch.
No. I think Mitch.
I think it'd
But
be a toss-up, dude. I think maybe even Shaheen could have gone home. You never know.
mm-mm.
If it was one tribe voting together, you don't know.
Shaheen's still too powerful, and he's also still like under the radar of everybody. Like I don't think everybody knows that everybody's involved with him.
Mm,
I think he's still like
that's
below
true.
the radar as far as that go. But once that gets blown up, that like
Yeah,
everybody knows Shaheen's involved with everybody, they're gonna get him out of there.
yeah. Him and Camilla, because Camilla's kind of under the radar too.
Yeah, I don't even know
Yeah.
Camilla.
Kyle's number two. She's the one that lied to
Mm.
David, told him about the fake idol that they just made up. Um, so let's go to
Dude, why
tribal
do
number
people still
two.
fall for idols?
Well, it wasn't a real fake idol. They just said he had one. They just
Oh,
said,
oh,
yeah,
oh, oh, oh.
just putting that plan in and out there, which is smart to do actually. Uh,
Mhm.
so tribal number two, Shaheen makes a statement that it's too early to be thinking about jury sitters, which I agree. Kyle said the long term and short term lines are blurred. You think short term on the island, but that could backfire for your long term.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah,
you
yeah.
think long term on the island, that could backfire for your short term. So it's a
Ooh.
giant balancing act. I thought, dude, Kyle's good when it comes to speaking. Very good. Roanoke's own, Roanoke's finest.
See, I would have
Um,
been doing the long term the whole game. I probably would have got voted off early because I would be thinking about final
oh, that's what
council,
happens, dude.
day
Yeah,
one.
this season at least it happens. It doesn't always happen, but this season so far, anybody kind of thinking ahead too much or playing too hard, they'll always be like, they're coming out here playing too hard. I'm like, dude, they've waited 48 seasons to get on this fucking show. What are you talking about?
Yeah, some
Of
of them
course
were
I'm gonna
born,
play.
and Survivor was on season
Yeah,
10.
of course I'm gonna play. Uh, so Shaheen thinks not showing panic will help him. He thinks just taking a deep breath and not showing panic on his face, even in moments where he's completely stressed out, it will help him. And I was like, okay, well, that's a cool way to think about it. And Jeff asks Mary, he says, what is this vote like? I mean, there's only six of you. And she sums it up pretty good. She says, it's nothing personal. I mean, she's like, it's cliche, but it is nothing personal. Like, it's a game. I've like,
Yeah.
we're playing it. Uh, so Joe goes into a vague talking segment about who he's voting for, and he was very vague, and it seemed as almost if he was talking about Shaheen, and I was like, what the hell? Why is he talking like? Because they kept showing Shaheen breathing. You know, he's doing those breathings that he was just talking about, and
Yeah, yeah.
so then we finally go to vote, and Jeff reads the votes, and there is one Shaheen vote, and it starts it off, but the rest of the votes go to Cedric.
Cedric. We know it
So
was
that
Cedric.
original tribe, Mary's the only one left.
Mm.
Cedric and
Hmm.
Say both gone tonight. Um, only Mary survives. Yeah,
Only Mary.
only
All right, my
Cedric.
final three. I'm picking my final three right now.
Yeah.
It's Shaheen, Joe, and Star.
Ooh, dude, I'm glad you picked Star.
Star
I'm kind
is
of liking
one of
Star a little bit
those.
too. I'm kind of liking Star a little
Star is
bit
one
too.
of those second half players. She's under the radar right now.
Hmm.
Second half strong.
Well, she had a
She's
big
gonna have
episode
a
last episode.
backstory.
Yeah.
She's gonna have a crazy backstory where she was like found when she was like a baby, and they're like, "Where'd this baby come from?" You know what I'm saying? Like she's gonna have a crazy backstory.
Yeah, she's saving it. She's like,
Yeah, yeah,
go
yeah.
ahead and talk about your speech impediments and your autism. I was dropped off by a stork.
I also think Joe is like doing some Johnny Fairplay stuff with this honor integrity tribe.
No, no, no. That's not Johnny Fairplay. That's Coach, dog.
You think
Johnny
he's for
Fairplay
real?
lied about his dead grandma. What are you talking
That's what
about
I'm
with honor
saying.
and
That's what I'm
integrity?
saying. That's what I'm saying. I think Joe's lying about the honor integrity of the tribe, and I
Oh
think
no,
it's
I don't
all
think
a
so at all,
farce.
dude. No, I don't think so at all. That if you've seen an interview, I've seen some preseason interviews with Joe. He is a uh, just a family man. I mean, he's a serious, straight, tried and true man's man type of guy. Like like he said, he drinks milk like David. You know, this guy probably has a beer or two a night. You know, he works out and
Uh,
shit. Like
you know he has a glass of milk at night.
oh yeah, 100%.
Mhm.
David likes chocolate milk because it's got more flavor. Yeah. So I mean, I agree with him there. But yeah, that's the episode. We got two vote outs. Cedric, Say, both gone, which is funny because they were just voting for each other back and forth the past couple episodes, which is pretty funny. Say literally
Wow.
voted for Cedric last episode with the nice handwriting just to get her lick back. She said.
With the nice, she did it on purpose.
Yeah.
So I'm writing this one nice. Cedric, you're out of here.
Yeah, I'm gonna write that. Yeah, and it didn't work at all. It was literally a wasted vote. Which, in my opinion, when you do that at tribal, that means you're on the bottom. That means you're just throwing a vote out there for whoever because you have no idea what's going on. That's not good. But yeah, I thought this was a good
I'm
episode.
reading
Unlike I did not like the split 2 teams of 6 stuff. I do think it's dumb. I'd rather see one person going home and everyone. It's a bigger guessing game. When you break it down for 2 teams of 6, I can pretty much decipher who it is. Like I was like, okay, it's between Say and Shaheen or whatever, or Say and Mitch and Shaheen and Cedric. So it was really easy to pinpoint that. And there's only 6 people. It'd be a lot better if you've got your 6 and 6 together to make 12, and we've got 12 people voting as one tribe to get that last person out. They still don't have to make the jury, Jeff. They still don't have to make the jury. You can rub it in their face as much as you'd like, Jeff. But just keep it as one tribe, dude. In fact, you know what? Send them to tribal, and then after they're done voting out that person, here's a twist. Just be like, guess what? We're voting again. Yeah, don't even give them any time to prepare for that second vote. That's a twist.
I'm reading this last paragraph of the recap I wrote, and it's got this guy's name who wrote this article, but he's very cynical about this season. He says the season is dead now, but at least David seems to be the most chaotic person next episode. Something like that. He said, I'm just paraphrasing. He says there's nobody who's dynamic anymore. Everybody's like either committed to steamrolling undeserving players or being the undeserving player themselves. There's no like side characters left.
That's not true. Star.
That's just what this guy's saying.
Star. Mitch.
So
Chrissy, who had an amazing speech during her tribal about how honor and integrity is bullshit in this game.
Oh, he said the remaining side characters are lackluster.
Okay, well I more so agree with, because I'm praising Chrissy for one thing I've seen throughout this whole season. I can pretty much.
David is the only interesting thing left because he's probably going to be a psychopath the rest of the season.
Who, Mitch?
No, this guy thinks David.
Oh, David.
Yeah, because
Why?
I guess he saw a teaser and he's acting crazy.
Oh, I didn't see the teaser. I don't think he's acting crazy. He's probably just got milk energy or something.
Yeah, that's true.
The dude's hopped up on plenty of calories, unlike the rest of everyone there. Like,
his exact words is, David seems to be crashing out next week with this chaotic hot mess role left open to fill. So he thinks David's going to fill in the crazy person role of the island.
I mean, that is possible. I did call him Coach with muscles.
So you think David's going to be the most interesting guy soon?
David kind of already is.
I think Mitch might be the crazy person on the island.
No, Mitch isn't crazy. Mitch is cool, calm, and collected, dude. Mitch is like, even in
Mitch
times of stress,
cracking.
he is cracking, but he doesn't look it, dude. He's cracking, but he stays nice and collected. Like, I like his aura, dude. His aura is like pretty cool. I would be very respectful to Mitch for some reason on that island. I have a feeling, like, more so than I would be with David. David's just a big muscle head. Like, Mitch is like, he's got knowledge, and it seems like he's got wisdom about him. You know, like a good.
If I was on the island, my guys would be Shaheen and Mitch. I would just be hanging out.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, me too. Me too. First of all, we bond over our love for mozzarella sticks.
Cedric, you can get in that group, and so can Star. Star can get in that group.
Dude, yeah, I was gonna say I want to recruit Star. Star, Mitch, and Shaheen would be my 3. I think that you could pick out a winner from this group very, very easily.
There's a couple people that Eva could easily win the whole thing.
Well, we're going to do our star rankings next, just to cap this off.
Big star ranking.
Yeah, big star ranking, and we'll start our star ranking with Star. Star.
3 stars.
To
3 stars
me.
for stars.
You know, Star did have a big episode last episode, and she's kind of coming more into frame, and I've got a better picture of who Star is. Also, a fantastic Twitter account called
Mm.
not her Twitter account. This is a fan's Twitter
Oh.
account called Star Updates. They do, and they'll be like, Star set a line 13 minutes into this episode, and it'll just be like
Finally.
it'll just be Star's like cast photo that they post, and they're like, it'll say like congratulations in like Giphy font, like.
Yeah, and all she said was, "That's what's up."
Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm like, okay, this is it's kind of
Yeah,
stalkerish, but great.
Star seems like a regular person
Yeah, I like
that
Star.
just got like
Yeah,
thrown onto the island. No social game.
3 stars for
Kind of just
Star.
like there. Yeah, she's a 3 star lady.
Now Camilla. Camilla's also gonna
I
get
don't
three
even.
stars this episode.
Yeah, Camilla's a follower. She's got
I don't
no
know, dude.
leadership
I
in
I
her.
would disagree here only because she's the one because Kyle's the one who said let's lie to Shaheen and or to David about Shaheen, and uh, Camilla's the one that did it. Camilla's the one that went and put on the show and acted and told
Mm.
David, and she's the doer from what I'm seeing. Kyle is the idea guy, and she's the one orchestrating. I'm going in and doing the plan. So she's gonna get 3 stars from me regardless.
Okay.
Now let's go. Let's go to the milkman. Let's go to our 2 guys, David and Joe.
And Joe.
That's right.
Big Joe's a big mouth.
Big. He hate Joe.
Yeah, all he did was talk bad about my boy Mitch.
Oh yeah, it's true. You did talk bad about Mitch. I didn't appreciate that very much. You're right. Right at the
Even
beginning.
though the worst thing he said about Mitch was Mitch is a really great guy.
Yeah.
That's crossing the line. You can't
Yeah.
say that.
He said Mitch is a really He said Mitch has got a great story. You can win this game, and we're like, that's enough from you, Joe.
Yeah, you're out of here, buddy.
I love it, dude. Well, I'm gonna give Joe 3 stars still too. I mean, maybe even 4.
Yeah.
Because of the way these guys performed in that challenge. These are 5-star men in this episode at least.
Well, Joe's also thinking about strategy
Mm-hmm.
more than
True.
just like alliances and like what that guy was saying with steamrolling the other people. He's
Yeah.
actually thinking about
Yeah,
strategy.
that is true. You know what? Contradictive Joe over here, who is talking about integrity and honor and all that stuff, but at the beginning of this episode is like, Mitch is really good and such a great guy. I think we should all lie to him and vote him out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. He's fucking Johnny Fairplay. He just doesn't know it.
Oh my god. Uh,
Next week he's gonna be like my dead aunt. I'm like, what?
Next week he's gonna lie about having autism. He's
No, you can't because there's already a person on the island with real autism. She would call it out quick.
he's
She's
gonna
like, no,
say
you don't.
she's lying.
She's lying. That would be the craziest twist if she was lying the whole time.
I don't
That's not a
think it
good
would.
thing to say.
I don't think it would be a good thing to do for CBS. I think CBS would be heading in a different direction.
Oh, yeah, they'd be more like TLC.
Yeah, it'll be E before they know it. They'll be just C. They'll have
Yeah, yeah.
actually they'll just be BS.
I like that.
Yeah. All right, let's go to Cedric. I mean, he got voted out. I mean, was there anything Cedric could do to keep himself in this game?
I think Cedric is funny. I think he's a great character. I think his commentary is hilarious sometimes. But I
Yeah,
don't think he's a good player.
like asking Mitch to give me a laugh. You're always good for it. While Mitch
Yeah,
is the
or when
most
he's
depressed
like-
he's ever been in his
When he's
life.
like, when he's trying to be like a detective, and he's like, "A woman wrote this.
Yeah.
Why did I just? I just did BJ. A woman wrote this.
He's like, he goes up there, spell his name wrong. They're like, you know my name.
You know my name.
But yeah, dude, I don't know if he could have done anything here. I think the split really affected him. I think that he would have been fine had this group all voted together. I think him and Say both would have been fine. I think it would have been more of a let's look at the threats on this
Yeah, they
island.
would have got Mitch out of there,
Mitch
Mitch
or
would be
Mitch
going home.
or Shaheen, I believe.
or probably Ava.
Or Ava. Yeah, you're right.
It was a big threat, just because she has a lot of the sympathy vote.
Now,
Not saying that she has a upper hand because she's handicapped,
now
but she does
Chrissy,
kind of have sympathy votes.
now Chrissy, who has a great hot take here that says, uh, "I don't think super fans make the game better," which is a great hot take. Um, oh, dude, it just
No,
thundered
'cause
its ass off
most
here.
most fans of something are the most bitter people about that thing.
Mm, true.
They're like such purists about the thing that they can't even see it as some like there's no evolution with super fans.
Yeah. Which she's a super fan herself, which is contradictory. But
But maybe she recognizes that.
yeah, well, she is pretty I would say pretty uh open-minded and
She the one who was like
level-headed. Yeah, she was
she
the
the
one
one who
going
said
off at
Boston
Tribal.
Rob. No, the one who said Boston Rob was an idiot or some shit like that.
No, no, hers doesn't say that.
Said Boston Rob has a stupid ass face.
No, it didn't. No, Mitch didn't like Boston Rob though. He didn't like him.
Oh, Mitch didn't. Well, yeah, yeah. I don't think Mitch would get along with Boston Rob if they
Probably
were on
not.
the island together. They would
Probably not.
definitely clash because Boston Rob is very like extreme.
Chrissy's getting 3 stars for me though. She went up one just for
Chrissy?
the tribal craziness.
Yeah, I'm gonna give her 4 stars just because she has the same name as Tony Soprano's nephew.
All right.
Chrissy, who's the sidekick to Paulie Walnuts. So you got Chrissy Montesanti and Paulie Walnuts. It doesn't get much better than that.
Now Kyle, what about Kyle?
Kyle is very under the radar for me. He's very side character. I have
No,
no
I
idea
don't
about
think so,
Kyle.
dude. Well, I
Just for me and my little, I gotta fast forward through almost all the episodes I watched,
it's like
and
I've
I don't
watched
see anything.
5 minutes. Dude, Kyle has orchestrated a lot throughout this. I think if you don't have Kyle, you don't have Survivor season 48. I mean, him and
Bad
Camilla's
fan a lot.
team, him and Camilla's team made up the majority of
Steamrolling.
the the merge episode, whatever you want to call that episode. I don't even want to call it the
The
merge episode.
pre-merge, the pre-merge unmerge episode.
He's still a 4-star man to me. 4-star man. He's in control. You don't get much
What
better
if
than
for
that.
the rest of the season, Jeff is just like, we got a twist. You're gonna unmerge like every episode,
God, that would drive me nuts.
and another twist. We're unmerging
Yeah. Now I
6
got
different teams of one person each.
now Shaheen.
That would be good.
Shaheen's moving up a star.
Yeah, Shaheen's moving to a 5 star. He's the top player in the
No, he's
game right
4.
now.
He's gonna go move. He's not going up to 5. He's going up to
Social
4.
game, social game. Shaheen's got the whole thing.
Now you got a point there. He does have a good social game. Everybody likes him. So
Not only that, they're telling them their secrets too.
4-star man. You're right. Yeah, he knows it all.
4.5, 4.5. He's rounding it out.
Um, Dude, it's getting ready to storm its ass off here. It's lightning outside. I gotta be quick.
Yeah, it's supposed to storm in like 20 minutes here too. Are we
Yeah,
getting the same storm or just opposite ends of it?
yeah, probably. It's probably like a row. Yeah.
Yeah, like a really big line.
Mitch is still to me. I mean, he's on the
5 star
bottom,
man. He's a 5 star
but
man
that's a
no matter
5-star
where he is
man.
on the totem pole. Listen,
You know?
that's my goat. He's always. I'm never gonna be not loyal to Mitch. We're going to talk about honor and integrity. It's
Yeah.
my devotion to Mitch in Survivor 48.
Yeah, you want to talk about honor and integrity, dude? I'm Team Mitch for life, okay? No one's prying me away from Mitch. I
When
believe
I
that,
get cast in Survivor, I'm gonna have
yeah.
a sign that just says Mitch for life.
Yeah, I think they should have 18 different AI versions of Mitch for Survivor 50. I think
And
that's
I'm being serious. I think Mitch is one of my favorite contestants in the entire show ever.
I think so too. I mean, he's really sold. I hope he comes back, dude. If he comes back, he'll definitely will be. If he gets
I
back
mean,
from the bottom,
my favorite people in Survivor are all heels. It's Boston Rob, Poverty, and
yeah, me too. I mean,
Russell Hantz.
yeah, I
Like
mean, me too. I mean,
Poverty and Russell would eat this guy alive.
like, oh no, dude. I think he could get him. I think that's why we
You
like him
think?
so much because
No.
we could see Mitch like being the underdog in that situation.
Because
Like,
Poverty's social game, I think, is the strongest in any contestant in the
I
show's
think Mitch
history.
would see right through it, dude.
Well,
I
yeah,
think,
in hindsight, but like in the game, I think she would eat him alive.
yeah, and I don't know. I feel like if Mitch was to play one of those seasons back in the day where they just kind of hit idols and didn't give you clues and stuff like that, and just Mitch would thrive.
And
This is a
everybody was
different area.
slightly more mean.
But I get what you're
Everybody was
saying.
just a little bit more mean.
I like the heels more too. I like the
We don't have a major heel this season.
heroes versus villains. I was definitely a villains fan. I was not
Yeah,
on
because they're more interesting. The villains are what makes the
Tyson,
season.
Coach. Yeah, all those guys are like you don't get much better than that.
Oh, I guess Mike White is a face.
No, that's a villain. My
You
goodness.
think so?
Oh yeah.
He's just a face because everybody likes him.
Oh yeah, dude. That guy was just a snobby little wine drinker on the island, wasn't he?
He was
Mike
so
White.
sassy the whole time he was there.
He was.
Yeah. Now he's extra sassy that he's got that show that he cast all the Survivor people into.
Mike White Lotus.
Mike White Lotus.
All right.
I just watched an interview with him today where he was talking about how Survivor's politics influenced the way he's writing the show he's doing right now.
Of course.
Yeah. Like it directly
It
influenced
was a research project.
Mm-hmm.
So now Eva.
That's kind of what he was saying.
Eva's getting she's kind of she might go down a star here because she's a little bit of background fodder here, but she did have a great showing in the challenge. The only one of the girls to hold her weight the entire time with Joe and all them. So
For me, the challenges are secondary.
a little
all
bit,
the challenges
a little bit.
are
They're secondary, but
for
you can
me.
win immunity. You can win.
That's what I'm
immunity.
saying. For me, the only point to the challenge is the immunity.
Yeah.
Because
when
you
you're
can
a contestant, to eat is also very nice.
after the merge, you could be the weak link on a challenge. It doesn't really matter. Pre-merge, it's a big deal if you're the weak link because you're causing your team to lose. But once it's one team, you could just slack off a little bit on those challenges.
True.
I think, anyway, as long as nobody notices it.
True. I mean, I'm like 50% in agreement.
Yeah. I definitely would. I'd be like, oh shit, I don't know, my leg hurts.
All right, now Say voted out. She's gone. I'm going to be deleting her picture after this. Could she have done anything to stop?
I don't think there was anything she could have done this episode.
I don't think so either, dude. She tried everything, dude. She was trying to talk to
Well,
Joe. She was trying to talk to Joe, who she hadn't talked to the whole game. She talked, and Shaheen also said that. He was like,
her down.
Shaheen also said that. He was like, Say hasn't talked to me this whole time. Like, he's like, I find it kind of concerning that she's talking.
Just now.
Yeah, just now, like coming up and talking to me. He's like, but I'm pretty sure it's because she's just trying to save her ass. So.
Well, yeah. I mean, everybody at the end of the day is trying to save their asses.
Yeah, but I really don't think she could have done anything. I mean.
No, there's nothing.
Mary knew it. Mary knew it from across the pond at the food reward.
They were voting for Say last episode, weren't they? I skipped episode 6, but I know on the recap they were.
Dude, Say's gotten a vote just about every episode, I think.
Yeah, she's just an.
I mean, she's gotten one from Cedric every episode.
She's also kind of involved in everybody's social dynamics, so it was kind of a good thing to get rid of her.
Yeah.
It's like a Shaheen Jr.
Shaheen Jr. Okay.
Yeah,
now what about Mary? Now what about Mary? She's our last one.
Something about Mary?
Yeah, there is something about Mary. She didn't. I thought it was really funny earlier. They were all talking like strategy, and they're like, "Oh no, what if Say plays her shot in the dark?" And
what is shot in the dark?
Now the shot in the dark.
That's not been explained to me yet.
Okay, well, this happened back, I think, in season 40.
Oh, I like Mary.
40 or 41. The shot in the dark is where now Mary played a successful shot in the dark in episode 3.
Is that where you have to guess that you're going to get voted for?
No,
or something like that.
It's like, where you go up. Let me tell you, you go up to the podium, and you sacrifice your vote. You do not vote, and you get there are 6 scrolls. One of them says safe, the others say not safe. You get a 1 in 6 chance to take a scroll. Now, you have to be completely desperate and know that you're going to go home. Mary knew everyone there was voting for her. She went and she played her shot in the dark, and it worked. Episode 3. So, she's still riding high off of that. She's kind of more so in the background. But as you can see, she still knows what's going on the other tribes.
You got to lay low after a move like that. You got to lay low. You can't be too. You can't be too big personality.
No, you talk about it later. Yeah, talk about it later. Yeah.
Talk about that at the final council.
Yeah.
Remember that big power move I did where I played all of you?
Yeah. Remember when I played my shot in the dark and.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's that's why her Her hot take that she's holding up is so funny because it says "shot in the dark is kind of whack," and
It
she
saved
used
her
it.
ass.
Yeah, it saved your ass. How whack is it?
She's not wrong though. It is kind of whack.
Yeah, she's not. Well, she's still got 3 stars for me.
3 stars, Mary.
Yeah, and that's the main cast. I mean, that's what we got left so far. Survivor dwindling down. Good
How
episode
many people
7.
are left? Is it 7 people left?
Well, let's see here.
I think there was no.
let,
It was
let me get
an
rid of
even number.
Say and
It
let me
would
get
have
rid
had to
of
have been an even number.
Cedric, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
8, 10. There's still 10 people.
10.
Why does it feel like this is the longest short season ever?
Right, because we went in with 2 tribes of 6, remember, and we got rid of 2, so we got 10 people here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
This feels like a big team to be merged already.
well,
12 people were.
Yeah.
What was it? 14 people got merged.
yeah, it speeds along. You got to remember 26 days, not 39. So
Yeah, they should just make Survivor a year long.
they've sped it up. A year-long Survivor.
365 days, 200 contestants.
God. That would be insane.
Well, I guess it would have to be 52 contestants, right? You do one person a week.
Yeah, there you go. What's
Yeah,
crazy is I'm sure someone has tried or attempted to pitch that to
Somebody's
us to you.
pitched it.
Yeah, yeah.
It just costs a lot because then you have to like insure all of those people
For the rest of their
plus
life.
the crew. Yeah,
Jeez, man. Yeah, that's the episode. I liked
they
it.
should
Thought it
do.
was good.
They should do something crazy like that though.
I did. Speaking of crazy, I didn't like the craziness in the episode. The split tribe stuff. That's about my only quarrel
He said that
here.
like 5 times.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was good, but I didn't like that. I thought everything else was good. I made
I
note.
didn't mind it until
many
you
times.
pointed it out that they had already. I didn't mind it until you pointed out that they had been merged last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they split them this week.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is a good twist for maybe like in 3 weeks when they were like 6 people left in the one tribe, and then they're like we're splitting it into 2 groups of 3.
Well, no, that wouldn't work because then it's just 2 people team up on one guy.
That's true.
That's how they used to do the final 3, and then they stopped doing it.
Yeah, then when it would normally be 10 people left, it would be 5 on 5. That would be 2 weeks from now, normally.
True. Oh shit, dude! I just realized that damn text still says episode 5.
Oh my God, we're on episode 7.
Yeah, I know that damn text. I don't know which text it is. It doesn't matter now. We already did the whole episode. Nobody look over there. It doesn't say 5. It says 7. It says 7. I swear.
It says 7.
All right. Well, that's it. I'm gonna get out of
No,
here.
we gotta get into this Big Brother stuff because this is some juice going on in that show with
Oh,
Mickey
yeah.
Rourke.
Oh
So,
yeah, we can talk about it on
Mickey Rourke-
Assembly.
Mickey Rourke has CTE. That dude's mentally ill, and they just
Yeah.
threw him on a show with a bunch of like Zoomers with no media training, and he's just like, he's trying to relate to them, but he's just saying all the wrong shit to them,
Yeah, dude. He's just like,
and it's funny. Like he fat shamed a girl without even meaning to.
yeah, I'm pretty sure he was like threatening JoJo Siwa with like really
Yeah,
weird sexual
I didn't-
advantages. Like,
I didn't see
Advances,
that clip
yeah.
yet, but I've seen people talking about it. And I'm like, oh boy.
yeah, it's pretty rough. I saw the clip. I was like, oh,
No, the only clips I've seen is where he calls her the F word, which is bad, but
yeah,
then there's another clip where this girl has this laser thing on her face, and he's like, "What's that for?" And she's like, "Weight loss." And he's like, well, "You're better off just running a mile." And then he says some other things that are just like funny as hell to this girl who has this laser on her face. And then everybody in the comments is like, "He has no right to say that." It's like she has a laser on her face and she's trying to lose weight, and he's just like, "Why don't you go run?"
God, dude. Or you could have it all lipoed out of you like you did, Mickey.
Yeah.
God, dude. Mickey Rourke looks like a taxidermied pufferfish. He looks like
He does look taxidermied.
he does. Gross. But yeah, put him on the docket for Assembly. We're definitely gonna Talk about Mickey Rourke.
Yeah, he's hilarious. I haven't seen the problematic stuff
Oh yeah,
yet.
the
I mean,
problematic stuff's
it's all
there.
problematic, but it's
Yeah,
all in good fun for right now. But I guess he
yeah,
does go crazy.
yeah. I mean, it's good TV.
There's a clip. There's a clip I watched today where one of the prizes was a delivery from a pizza place, but they put the sign on a scooter, and he spent like 2 minutes of this, like, yeah, I want that scooter, and they're like, the scooter's not the prize, and he's like, I'm gonna get the scooter and give it to the dude at the bar, and they're like, the scooter's not the prize, it's a delivery from a pizza place, and then he gets all the way up to the podium, and he's like, I want this scooter, and then the big intercom comes on, and it's like, it's not a scooter.
Yeah, I did.
He's like,
That was
I'm just a
crazy.
little bit confused.
Well, they should have gave him the scooter.
They should have given him the scooter. Why is the scooter on the stage if it's
Yeah.
not part of the
He would
pizza
have
delivery
immediately
prize?
wrecked. It would have been hilarious.
No, he was gonna give the scooter to one of the people working on the like one of the backstage people who was working on the show with them.
No, I want him to
Like,
ride it. Old people on scooters is good.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's good for them. That's good for America. All right, let's get out of here. Let's end this stream. Um, it's been good. We'll see you all next Thursday for some more Survivor talk. Another recap of another episode. Survivor season 48. Josh and Dirt. Maybe we'll get Nate next week. We'll see. We do have WrestleMania coming up soon, so
Yeah, I'll
we'll
be
see how
a
it goes.
old man by the time WrestleMania starts.
Look, why is there poop on my screen and a guy on yours?
What's going on?
Nothing. My computer was glitching out, and it's starting to storm like crazy here.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at YouTube right now and it's all black screened.
Oh yeah, that's because I clicked
Oh, there
away.
goes it
Yeah,
back.
I clicked
Oh,
away.
now it's back. Now there's a guy on the screen and poop on the screen. Okay, I see it now.
All right,
Okay.
we're getting out of here. See you all next Thursday. Like, subscribe, enjoy. Bye.